Yeah, that's the music of Ted Wulfers and his band this early morning. Now, Ted's support of the Cubs apparently cost him a gig. Hard to believe, isn't it? It happened up in Milwaukee. We're going to get more of that story a little bit later on. But let's talk about what we got going on weather-wise, because we do have a few showers. You're listening to Ted Wulfers. Now, he lost a gig because he's a Cubs fan. That's not all he lost if he's a Cubs fan. I can attest to that. We're going to meet him, hear how he lost a gig because he is that Cubs fan, and maybe find some more interesting facts out. It happened up in Milwaukee. That's at least a hint. We are seeing a little bit of light rain.
It is 6:54 right now. Coming up next, the band kicked out of a restaurant for playing Go Cubs Go in enemy territory. We'll find out what happened when we come back.
Go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are going win today. Go Cubs go.
Judy, Kevin?
Thank you, Roz. Okay, now to the Chicago musician who was kicked out of a Milwaukee restaurant for singing Go Cubs Go.
Yeah, we welcome Ted Wulfers along with the band. So, Ted, what happened?
Well, it's good to be here. Well, actually, that restaurant is part of Miller Park. It's the TGI Fridays that's part of Miller Park, and I had sung the national anthem there for the Brewers game earlier this year. And we've had a great year touring all over the country, so they asked us to play there. And in playing there, we were playing to some Brewers fans, we were playing to some Cubs fans. And after about 45 minutes into our set, we played Go Cubs Go. And,
just for the fans, because
just
they
for
were
the
there?
fans.
Okay.
I'm a musician. My job is to entertain. So we were having a good time, and everybody was. So 2 months later, we got a phone call, and I was pretty surprised to hear that we'd been fired and they didn't want us back. So,
And they said that was the reason.
That was under fear and suspicion that we would play Go Cubs Go.
Please.
Wow.
Well, we want to hear how you sound, and Ted Wulfers' newest CD is called Drivin' Barefoot.
Yeah, we want to hear you here.
Right. Well, we had a #1 single on this record earlier this year,
All
so
right.
it's been a good year for us.
Take it away, Ted.
All right.
We leave you now with more music.
For a living with a boy, to be a man, still play with toys. Work real hard and pay their dues. Dreams come true from little bitty girls. Growing up here in another world, just to whatever they choose. Dreams come true. Kid caught up to the majors and good-legged Riley.
Dozen years of life in the Chicago area, I can tell you it's an article of faith in that city. You have to choose sides. You cannot root for both the White Sox and the Cubs. Pick your team. But now, for the first time in over 100 years, both are in the playoffs. What to do? Here's Chris Bury.
Talk about an eye-opener. Even before the sun came up, Chicago fans were toasting the good fortune that comes around every 100 years or so.
This town is going to go insane.
It's been a long time coming and well-deserved.
Last night on the south side, the bubbly flowed as the White Sox clinched their playoff spot. North side fans celebrated theirs in song.
Go Cubs go!
When something hasn't happened in your lifetime, your father's lifetime, your grandfather's lifetime, it's so special that it's almost like magic.
Chicagoans, of course, are already dreaming of a Subway series like the last one here in 1906. The Sox won. Since then, the rivalry has only grown. Neutrality is for Switzerland, not Chicago.
Loyalties run so strong they split husbands and wives.
This is how we met, arguing about the Cub Sox.
Should their teams collide in the World Series?
It won't be a fun time, I don't think. You know, or will it be a fun time?
I don't know.
10-year-old Donald Darris has his bedroom decked out in Cubs glory. His twin brother Nick's in White Sox splendor. We asked who roots for the wrong team.
Him.
And who for the better one.
Me.
The White Sox last won a World Series in 2005. the Cubs in 1908. And since 1945, they've been cursed by a tavern owner who took his pet goat to Wrigley Field only to be ejected. His hex continued, legend has it, with a black cat spooking a 69 pennant run, and 5 years ago by a fan's interference 5 outs away from a World Series.
Lou cannot make the play.
Today, fans north and south were simply savoring two teams in the playoffs. 102 years in the making. Chris Bury, ABC News, Chicago.
Hey, the White Sox won in 2005. The Cubs haven't won in 100 years. It's the Cubs' turn. I'm giving away my loyalties. That is world news for this Wednesday. A reminder that tomorrow night we will have the vice presidential debate between Sarah Palin and Joe Biden. That's at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. I'm Charlie Gibson, and I hope you had a good day. For all of us at ABC News, go Cubs, and have a good night.